No, that's Louis Armstrong.
Yeah. I'm Joseph Craven. That's Roe Hunter. This is the island from Jurassic Park. That's Miles Davis. And this is 40 Minutes of Hell. It's time for an age-old debate. We need to discuss who are the top 5 active NBA players. We're venturing up to our ankles into the offseason. We haven't really dived straight in right now. The water's not that high. So it's worth looking back over the performances of the 2016-2017 NBA players and debating, out of that, with that behind us now, who would you say are the top 5 best players?
Now, I have a question. I need clarification question here. Are we talking about 5 best players in the NBA just in general, or is it by position?
In general.
In general, okay.
And we're gonna go starting with number 1 because we kind of feel like the first one might be kind of predictable.
I feel like if you pick anybody other than the first one,
Yeah.
I mean, you just...
Yeah. So number 1 for me is Iman Shumpert.
Weird! Me too!
No.
Flat top himself.
Number 1 is LeBron James. I don't think there's any way that you can get around saying that LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. I know that we want to have the debate all the time of, well, maybe is Kevin Durant better? I mean, is this guy better? Is this other guy better? No. LeBron James is the best right now. You don't have to like him. You don't even have to fully appreciate how good he is. I wish you would, though, because you're going to look back and you're going to have retired LeBron, doing his farewell tour, and you're going to realize that you missed out on watching someone who could just do anything with a basketball at any point in time.
He literally makes pretty much almost, I'm not going to say every team, but almost any team in the NBA a title contender. That's just true.
You put him on anyone, there's a chance that they can, or they'll at least get to the playoffs.
They'll at least get to deep in the playoffs,
Yep.
not even in the first round. I could even see him leading the Brooklyn Nets doing it, honestly.
God. Is
Number
Avery
one-
Johnson their starting point guard?
Yeah, he totally
Might
is.
be, I don't remember.
No, LeBron James number 1,
LeBron James.
hands down. Number 2. Now, number 2 might be closer. You go number 2.
For me, it's tricky. Number 2 and 3, I almost want to say 2A and 2B. But in the interest of differentiating, in the interest of debate, I'm going to say right now, number 2 best player in the NBA is Russ Westbrook.
What?
I'm going to rate him that highly.
What?
And it's mostly because of the fact that he showed last season that with no other scoring options on his team at all, he was able to go out and do something that hasn't been done since Oscar Robertson. And it puts us to shame when we were sitting around thinking that LeBron James was going to be the first to average a triple-double since the Big O, thinking LeBron James was the next coming of the Big O. No, LeBron's his own thing. Why in the world would we have overlooked the bigger, faster, stronger, more athletic point guard in the NBA, which was exactly what Oscar Robertson was? That's my number 2.
I put it. I agree with you into the 2A 2B thing because mine's kind of the same. But I'm going Kawhi Leonard number 2. Kawhi Leonard is my 2A. I'm differentiating him because Kawhi Leonard is a 20-point difference maker. And what I mean by that is you see what happened in the playoffs when he goes down and he gets injured, which is a shame.
Yeah.
It was like a 23-point differential.
Shame
swing.
on you, Jaja.
Oh, Zaza on your big head.
I think
God, you're such a big
Jaja
head.
should be arrested.
I think Zaza.
Jaja Gabor should be arrested.
Zaza Gabor and a diamond should be arrested. Kawhi Leonard is such a dominant player, and I did get to see him play live this season, so that was really
Aren't
fun.
you fancy?
Up in person, and I love him. He's a businessman through and through. He plays the way I think basketball should be played. There is no hype in that guy whatsoever. No showboating.
Number 3 for me is Kawhi Leonard. For basically every reason you just said, but also because Kawhi improves more every year. More than any other player
Scary good.
in his age. And I really think that Kawhi Leonard is the type of guy who will never stop improving through his entire career. I really think that by the time he is in his late to mid 30s, he will have transitioned into being like a stretch 4, playing in the post, and doing everything that Draymond Green does right now, but 10 years older than Draymond Green. I really think that could happen.
My number 3 is going to be Kevin Durant.
Right.
Kevin Durant. And why do I say that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like Kevin Durant, when what we saw throughout the playoffs, what we saw through the last stretch since February, when his offensive game is on fire, he's unstoppable. He's unguardable. I mean, who in the Cavs could guard him? Anybody in the playoffs could guard him?
Yeah.
No one. I mean, he was incredible. And I also saw this year too, he upped his defensive game. He was actually a really good defensive player this year. He had pretty good stats.
Quick side note, the Warriors are the best team at playing opportunistic defense. I don't think Steph Curry is a good defender.
No,
I don't think Kevin Durant is a good defender.
No.
But I think both of them in the Warriors have learned to use, in Steph Curry's, with Steph Curry, he's using his hands, his quick hands better to get a lot of steals. Kevin Durant's using his length a lot better now to play a lot better defense. I don't think either of them are good defenders, but they are opportunistic, and they've learned that under Steve Kerr. My number 4 is Kevin Durant's teammate, Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry stays in the top 5 for me. He's the best ball handler in the NBA, I think.
Okay.
I think it's close between him and Kyrie Irving. I really do. But I think that if Steph is not the best ball handler in the NBA, he's the number 2 best ball handler in the NBA, and he's still the number 1 best shooter in the NBA. So what do you do with that? How do you not have him ranked very highly? Steph Curry, for me, I think is also still, even with the addition of Kevin Durant, I think he is the key player on the Warriors. Well, first of all, without him, they haven't ever built that team.
It's true.
They just haven't.
It's true.
But I think without him, they do not have the current best team in the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't think that Kevin Durant, I don't think that lineup, KD, Draymond, Clay, Iggy, you take Steph Curry out of that, I don't think they're winning a championship.
I don't disagree. I do disagree because my number 4 is going to be, you said him earlier, old turtle face himself, because I think he looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Russell Westbrook. He's unstoppable. The reason why I put him ahead of Steph Curry is just he's everything, everywhere, all the time.
Yep.
He is Mr. Basketball, averaging triple-double this year. I mean, maybe those stats are skewed because of his team. Maybe it's skewed because of the style of play that team particularly does. But still, it's still an accomplishment. It's still pretty awesome.
He's harnessed the chaos.
Yeah, all right.
That was
That's a
always
good way
his
to put
style.
that. Yeah, he harnessed the chaos.
Well, then my number 5 is probably going to be the one that catches me the most flack.
Uh-oh.
Because my number 5 is the beard, James Harden. I know James Harden doesn't even know the definition of defense. But the reason I put him there right now is because James Harden moved from shooting guard to point guard this year. And did it so well he led the entire league in assists. Now, I don't know if you remember the mid-2000s, which were a dark time, I think, for all of us, because Rodney Stuckey was a coveted player in the NBA.
Golly.
But I don't know if you remember, there was a trend, the tweener guard came about, and Rodney Stuckey was the definition of the tweener guard. It was the guy who wasn't a true point, but he wasn't a true shooting guard. James Harden is the ultimate success story of all the tweeners. If that trend kind of was happening in the mid-2000s, James Harden perfected it this year. That's why I think James Harden's in the top 5. That being said, I think James Harden could easily fall out of the top 5 for any of the guys that I would put at 6, 7, or 8.
I kind of disagree. I'm fluctuating between 2 players right now of who's going to be better than James Harden. James Harden offensively is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
He's that entire Houston Rockets team.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking in terms of contribution, potential, upside.
How many games they can actually win?
How many games?
How
how many games?
there?
How many games they actually win?
Makes sense.
How many players that they will actually? How they'll help their team is what I mean by that. And you're gonna be shocked by this one. But old Mr. Rudy Gobert, the heir up there.
Ooh.
Rudy Gobert.
The Stifle Tower.
Look, I bumped him up the top 5 because he had a.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, God does not agree with us. Special
Wow.
episode.
This is good.
Special episode. Man, look at the wind.
It's crazy. Apparently the power just went out in the house. So this is how we're going to finish the episode. Rudy Gobert rounds out number 5 for Roe. You notice for me, I didn't put Kevin Durant up there. I think I think KD Fit falls right outside solely because I think that he took a step back as a player by joining the Warriors. I don't know if he grew very much as a player. That being said, if Kevin Durant's not top 5, then Kevin Durant is number 5.5 on the list. Also for me, you'll notice there's no big men.
Yeah,
I think that
on the list. That's why I threw Rudy Gobert in there.
I think that Anthony Davis falls at 6. He's almost there. I think that in a couple of years, if not this year, Karl Anthony Towns is going to be borderline top 5. Those are my 2 big men. How about you? Who's right outside?
Right outside the list for me would be Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins,
Boogie,
and Steph Curry. That's who I'd be. I would still say Steph Curry. He's an impact player, but he's still Steph Curry. He's still small.
Yeah.
He can be a liability sometimes on defense.
Exactly.
And Kyrie Irving. I meant to say Kyrie Irving too.
Kyrie's also borderline for me.
Maybe we should have done a top 10 test, but we're gonna cut it off at 5.
We're cutting it off at 5. 5 is the best number. We could easily, outside of the 5.
I feel like we should probably take shelter too.
We should.
Like,
things are gonna get chaotic.
Things are getting really restless outside.
Yikes. Tell us who your top 5 are. The beauty of basketball, the beauty of sports is that we can disagree and still be friends. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, share this video. This is 40 Minutes of Hell, and apparently hell has arrived right outside the house.
Hell hath
we gotta
no
go.
fury like this life.